Hi, I'm Martin Sharp, award-winning speaker, mentor and consultant. And have you ever thought what you're going to do after you got past your survival mode in your business? In fact, have you considered what you're going to be doing with your business when it's 10 years or above? What are the kind of plans that you need to be making? And where is it that you're going to be going for the next 10 years? Let's ask some of the experts what they think.
Then thinking about taking yourself into 5 years' time. So 5 years' time, you said you want to be in Simon's position, John. What does that actually mean when you look at that?
I think that I recognise that there's a lot of things in the business that I'm not as good as I used to be, and I've got other people doing that, and I think eventually that'll happen to your whole skill set at some point. It's natural that I'll exit the business for me. I'm aiming for 5 years' time. That's when I'd like to go, and I'm repeating myself. But I've got to get somebody. I've got to get the very best people to come in and replace what I do. I guess in 5 years' time, then Lee, who's one of the partners, he'll have another 5 years' experience, so he'll be able to step into my shoes in that kind of troubleshooting role that I have. I'd still like to have some kind of involvement in the business, just to keep the old grey matter going. But I'll be 55 in 5 years' time, and I'd always promised myself I'd go at 45. Didn't quite work out, but 55 up, I'll go then. For me, it's an exit, it's a business sale, it's a management buyout, which is always the best way to sell your business, because you're usually guaranteed to get paid. I hope I've answered the question in the right way.
No, I think you have. It gives us a very clear idea of where you're going. And so once you
need to find another accountant in 5 years' time. Is that what you're thinking?
No, because I know Mark will still be there. I know.
Of course he will. Yeah, they're great.
You'll not leave it in a bad place, to be frank. And if you do, I'll find out where you live. So it's no problem. But no, I'm sure it'll all be good. So for you personally, though, after you've actually exited the business, what's kind of like your plan for 5 years? Because I know you do so many other things as well.
I was a keen rugby player when I was younger, and I'm the treasurer of Ilkley Rugby Club. I'm a massive foodie. I've got a wine import business that I get to go out to Rioja or Tuscany every now and again, so I'll get more involved in that. I'm in a band which we've reformed recently. It's a Clash tribute band, if you like the Clash. So I'll do more of that, and I just love being at home as well. I've got a wood-fired pizza oven, and as I say, I'm mad on food and drink, and spend more time at home. I never understand these people that win the lottery and say I'm going back to work. I can fill my day no problem without working. I know we're here to celebrate business, but I've got a load of stuff I could do easily. So I still continue with some of my voluntary roles. I'm treasurer of the Ilkley Bid, and I'm treasurer of the Friends of King's Hall, which is our local Victorian theatre and that kind of thing. So I'll keep my arm in a little bit with that. That'll probably take up maybe a day a week, and the rest of it, I've looked at buying a narrowboat. I've read a book on it recently called Living on a Narrowboat, and I'm from Whitby originally. I'd love to get a cottage there and just fill my life up doing things like that. I've got a lot I could do. I'm not going to be, scratching my head thinking, what shall I do with all this time? Got a shitload I want to get through. Yeah, big bucket list.
Fabulous, excellent. That's really nice to hear. And so for yourself, Simon, obviously you're already on like a 3-year plan now. What does 5 years look like for you?
I think in 5 years, both Chris and I will not be working for anybody in particular. I probably will still do occasional consulting engagements because it's interesting and it's fun. I'm writing a bit, not books like you are, but I'm an occasional contributor to things like PC Pro. So a bit more of that. It's just fun. It helps. It keeps me engaged in the technologies and the marketplace and those changes which I love. And actually, I guess there's just more hobbies, more travel, more all the other stuff that that's had to be put to one side. I think I had 2 weeks off in June, 2 separate holidays in June already, which was great. And what it's reminded me is how much fun you can have when you're not working. You know, so I can certainly see us, you know, doing a lot more travel. I've travelled the world. You know, I had an international marketing career. It was very high power. It was brilliant, great fun, and yet I've maybe been to 8%, 12% of the countries in the world. And I haven't been to all of the parts of the country, all those countries. Yeah, they've got so much more than just the hotel or the city that I got to visit. So, you know, loads more of that is important. And I need to get much better at jazz guitar. I'm a damn fine rhythm guitarist, but my jazz playing is rubbish. So that needs to be sorted. And I've got my first lesson on Wednesday.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Looking forward to listening to that. Was that still with Trip Manhattan?
Trip Manhattan folded a while ago, but I have a copy of the album if anyone wants it. £5 in the foyer.
Fabulous. Always an opportunity. Yeah, definitely. And Cheryl, so I don't think you've got any plans that we've talked about with regards to retiring anything in 5 years.
I'm never retiring. I'm going to be the oldest women swearing speaker on the circuit. I'm going to be, you know, like the cat lady, but without the cats. Yeah, you thought there was a joke coming there, didn't you? No, it's okay. I'm keeping it clean. Yeah, I'm just going to be one of those really eccentric old women that talk about sex and it's really uncomfortable or something like that. I don't know. I don't.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. Yeah. I never do it wrong, actually. Just so you know. I've had 4 husbands. I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah, I bow to your security.
Yeah. I'm older. I'm not mentioning the age, by the way. In 5 years' time, I'll be over 60 though. I don't really see. I don't know. I'm sure it may change, but at the moment, I just love what I do so much that it is my life, and it is my hobby, and it is what I do, what I love. You know, and people say to me, you know, what are your hobbies? And I'm like, well, it's what I'm doing. That's what my hobbies are. But on a serious note, I probably will get more involved in children's education. You know, I think that by then, hopefully, some fucker will have woken up and realised that we're not in the industrial revolution anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, so we don't have to train people to wear a uniform, stand on a conveyor belt, and say yes. You know, and I'm learning that more because Leon and Gemma, we live together now. So when Leon gets his correction, which he's just told me about. We've got little planner corrections. You know, it seems to be for such petty things. You know, I sort of agree with it's a bit of a shame, really, that they have this. And we've been talking about property investing, and he knows about the property portfolio that he'll take over when I'm dead after his mother's dead. He did smile at that stage, so I'm not quite sure whether or not I might not be here in 5 minutes, let alone 5 years. But just to educate, you know, the kids that they can do that. So I think that's probably where it will go. And also, interesting how you said about gut instinct and intuition. You know, part of what we do is to take people out of their head and into their body and really train or just share with people that there is a different way of living. I mean, that's pretty much. But I won't be doing that from some deck chair in wherever. I'll be doing that, you know, in your face. I don't see myself retiring at all. I quite like being busy. It's a good distraction. What can I say?
Fantastic. So watch out for fallen pianos then, by the sound of things.
Yeah, exactly.
And here on the channel, we're looking at how we can share a whole variety of tips, hints, sound bites, and extras of things that we have found we use on a weekly, daily, even hourly basis. So click the subscribe button now so you don't miss out.